Hello, good evening, good evening. How is everybody this evening? Do I have anybody in the chat? Can anybody hear me? All good. Fantastic. Oops. Okay, Valentina, hello, hello. Good evening, Valentina. You are from Napoli, I see. How is everything in Napoli today? Yes, I am in Rome. I'm currently here living in Rome. My name is Dominic. It's like a war. Wow. Yeah, it feels like slowly we are heading towards a difficult situation. Panic everywhere. Well, my name is Dominic, and I'm from Australia. So a long way away. I think in Australia at the moment there are only a few cases of coronavirus. Not like here in Italy. There are more than a few cases. More than a few cases. Fantastic. And tell me about yourself, Valentina. Yes, tell me about yourself. And whilst you write, yes, I have visited Napoli. I visited 4 years ago, and I loved it. I want to visit again. Hopefully, I am able to come and visit Napoli again soon because it's a beautiful, beautiful city, I think. But I do not think I can come at the moment. I should have visited Napoli earlier. I could say I should have visited Napoli earlier. And what do you do, and why are you studying English, Valentina? Yes, I'll come after the coronavirus. Hello, Elisa, from the province of Milan. From Milan, ooh, that's the epicenter of everything going on in Italy at the moment. What an exciting time. I'm studying from 2 years at Monash. We can write that sentence a little bit better, Valentina. I could say, have been studying for 2 years at Monash. I have been studying for 2 years. Yes. Yeah, it's a bit exciting, a bit depressing, a bit, who knows, who knows. Would you like to start the lesson with a joke this evening? A joke? Does anybody know what a pun is? A pun. In English, a pun is a play on words. A type of joke where you use two words that sound the same. Well, not just two words, when you use words that sound the same. This is a pun, a type of joke. So I was talking to a friend, and my friend said he he kept buying cars. He bought a Ferrari, a BMW, a Toyota, a Kia. He wanted to own lots of cars. And I said, I think you have a problem. You own too many cars. So he went to the doctors and he came back, and I asked, what did the doctor say? Did the doctor say there was a problem? And he said, yes. The doctor said, I have car owner virus. Like this, car owner virus, because he owns so many cars. Similar to coronavirus. Virus. Yes, I think in this situation you have to laugh. You have to laugh. Okay, I have a question before we start this lesson. A question for everybody. Do you have any regrets about the last week? Do you have any regrets about the last week? Of course you can, Alisa. Yes, I currently work at MIAS in Rome. So I'm here in Rome, in the capital, a beautiful city, Rome. Do you have any regrets about the last week? For example, I could say the Italian government should have acted sooner to stop the virus. Yes, a regret. I went out too much. How else could you say that, Alisa? I went out too much. We could say I shouldn't have gone out so much. I shouldn't have gone out so much. It is correct, of course, to say, yes, I went out too much. This is a regret. But another way we could phrase that is, I shouldn't have gone out so much. So, to express regrets, excuse me. We have 3 words that we can use. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. We have a... No, don't. That's okay. It was the question. We want to create this response. So, Valentina, do you know what is the structure when I talk about the past with modal verbs to express regret? Does anybody know? Fabrizio, so a great example. I could have gone to Sharm el-Sheikh to avoid being stuck in my home. I could have gone. Perfect, a perfect example. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Could somebody write the structure to express a regret using our modal verbs? I will give you a moment. Sometimes there is a small delay. I could have. I should have. I shouldn't have. Oh, fantastic. Some great examples. Yeah, Alisa, I could have studied more. Did you have an exam or something important? I should have paid more attention. And fantastic, Valentina, with the example, Fabrizio, perfect. Yes, modal plus have plus past participle. Yeah, and we can have it in both the positive and the negative. For example, should have plus past participle, or shouldn't have plus past participle, and you can also use the same with could have, would have, and in the negatives as well. These are all ways to express regret in the past. Fantastic, fantastic. So we will talk some more today about expressing regret with our modal verbs should, could, and would have plus past participle. Our focus activity is focus activity 1013, celebrity regrets. Okay. And please, if you have any questions, just post it in the comments. I will try and answer it in a written form, or I will answer it verbally. If you have any questions for me, about me, please feel free to ask. It's an interesting situation we are in, but I'm happy to speak with you. Okay. Celebrity regrets. In this focus activity, talking about celebrity and fame, expressing regrets, expressing imagined results. Okay, so this is why at the start we have already spoken about expressing some regrets, and today we are going to talk about some celebrities as well, and perhaps also talk about any of your personal regrets. Okay, so celebrity and fame. Would you enjoy being a celebrity? How do you think it would feel to receive constant attention in public? Would you enjoy being photographed all of the time? Why or why not? So we will do one question at a time. Please respond to question 1 in a written form. You enjoy being a celebrity? I don't know. I think some things would be good, but some things would be bad. Difficult question. Do we have some answers? It takes longer to write a response than to say it. Valentina, I wouldn't enjoy being a celebrity. I love my privacy. Fantastic. Perfect answer. I wouldn't like that part of fame with constant attention and no privacy, but I like artistic works that bring fame. Jobs. I think we could say, Elisa, I wouldn't like the part. We could make it the sentence a little bit shorter. I wouldn't like the constant attention and no privacy. But I like the artistic works that bring jobs. Okay, fantastic. I wouldn't enjoy being photographed all the time. There would be lots of bad photos. Question 2. Do you think famous people deserve privacy? Please, if there is any vocabulary you are unsure about, write in the comments as well. But question 2, do we have any answers? Do you think famous people deserve privacy? Personally, I think they do deserve privacy. Is the audio okay? Should I be a little bit quieter or speak a little bit louder? But honestly, being a celebrity is a kind of job. I mean, that fame is not free. Privacy, and you get a lot of stress. Yeah, definitely. So I think that this is the price of being, Fabrizio, of being a celebrity. Absolutely, yes. They have their personal life. It's not even a question to ask. I only imagine how difficult can it be for them something. Look at that. I only imagine how difficult it is for them sometimes. It can be for them sometimes. Everyone deserves privacy, but I think it never. Valentino, we could say everyone deserves privacy, but I think it will never happen. I think it will never happen. I think it's a better sentence. And question 3, do you read gossip magazines? Why do you think gossip magazines are so popular? Personally, I do not read gossip magazines. I think in the United Kingdom, they have tabloid papers or tabloids, and these are full of gossip. They are like gossip magazines. And if you would like to write an answer for question 4 as well, are there any celebrities in your country who are always in the magazines or in the news? What are they in the news for? Perhaps politicians or some famous Instagrammers. Do you know any famous Australian celebrities? I'm from Australia, so a long way away. There are some that are always in the news in Australia. AC/DC. Yeah, Nicole Kidman. Yes, your knowledge of Australian celebrities is very good. A+. Fantastic. As I said, if you have any questions, please write in the comments. Celebrity and fame, an interesting conversation. Okay. I will read the text here, and then we can discuss the meanings of some of the underlying phrases. The cost of fame. Amy Winehouse won 5 Grammy Awards for her 2006 album, Back to Black, and her talent made her destined for stardom. The album became an international hit and, unfortunately, put Amy in the public spotlight. Amy started abusing alcohol and drugs and also suffered from an eating disorder. Because of her wild lifestyle and erratic behavior, Amy, because of her lifestyle and wild lifestyle and erratic behavior, Amy was hounded by the paparazzi. The pressure of being in the public eye pushed Amy further into depression and substance abuse. Despite entering rehab in 2007, Amy's health and personal life began to wear away. Sadly, at the end of her life, Winehouse's enormous talent was overshadowed by her addiction to drug and alcohol. The singer died on July 23rd, 2011, at the age of 27 from alcohol poisoning. A very sad story, what happened to Amy Winehouse. She was very famous. I don't know if you like Amy Winehouse's music or not, if you know her. Firstly, is there any vocabulary? We have any vocabulary that is not underlined. For example, we could say, began to wear away. So a phrasal verb here. Her personal life began to wear away. It means to fall apart, in a sense. So she had her kind of like a jumper. It wears away. She had her personal life and it began to fall apart, similar to wear away. Okay. Any other vocabulary? Valentina, I don't often read gossip magazines, but people are fascinated by the amazing life of celebrities. If you are using the plural there, Valentina, we could say the amazing lives of celebrities. Hounded. Hounded. A very good question. Hounded means to happen over and over again. So I'm trying to find the context. Amy was hounded by the paparazzi. This means that the paparazzi always followed her. When they always follow something, they're like the dog. A hound is a dog. To be hounded means to always follow someone, to not stop. They always followed her. Hounded. A good question. Now let us look at some vocabulary. Celebrity vocabulary. Match the vocabulary words to their meanings. We have public spotlight, wild lifestyle, in the public eye, paparazzi. I've said that with an Italian accent. I think it is an Italian word, paparazzi, destined for stardom. And on the other side, we have photographs that follow famous people in all possible photographers, that follow people in all possible places, living a reckless life, usually by partying too much, excessive public attention, to have a high chance of becoming famous, when the public knows and critiques your every move. Can we please match the phrases? We can do it with a number. So, for example, you can say, So let us match the phrases. Yes, Fabrizio, kind of a persecution. That's a very good definition of hounded. Yes, when you persecute someone, yeah, you don't stop following them. So we can match some of the phrases here. Very, very fast. Do we have? Well, you have done number one as C. So public spotlight. Let's have a look. Yeah, excessive public attention. So the spotlight is like a very bright light on one person, a spotlight. It is used in the theatre. 2B, yes, a wild lifestyle. Do you live a wild lifestyle, Alisa or Nicole? Do you like to party a lot? Valentina, do you live a wild lifestyle? Please let me know. In the public eye as E. Fantastic. In the public eye, when people know, when the public knows and critiques your every move. Paparazzi, I think we know, or paparazzi. And destined for stardom, we have to have a high chance of becoming famous. Well done, well done. As I said, please write any questions in the comments if something is not clear, but well done, well done. Okay, so we have spoken about regrets at the start of the lesson. And today, as we mentioned, we are talking about expressing regrets. So some phrases that we can use to express regrets are if only and I wish. We have the structure here, and it's very similar to when we have our modal structure as well, when we were talking about would have and wouldn't have. So we have if only, I wish, would have, and wouldn't have. Let's look at some examples. If only Amy Winehouse had stopped drinking. I wish I had watched where I was going. Perhaps you walked into something accidentally and you were not paying attention to where you were walking. I wish I had watched where I was going. And then we can use would have and wouldn't have to imagine different results. So this is when we can use this. For example, if only Amy Winehouse had stopped drinking, she would have had a long and successful career. I wish I had watched I watched where I was going. I wouldn't have walked into the pole. So you walked into a pole here. So here we are creating almost a conditional sentence. If only Amy Winehouse had stopped drinking, she would have had a long and successful career. Putting it together with the first phrase, I wish I had watched where I was going, I wouldn't have walked into that pole. Does anybody have any questions? I think Alisa is already ahead. I would like you to now create some phrases using this structure. You can write about Amy Winehouse if you would like, or your own personal experience, or invent a situation. Starting with if only or I wish, and then a second sentence using would have or wouldn't have. Would have you written? If only she hadn't saved me from that accident, I would have died. If only she hadn't saved me from that accident. Yes, I wish I had started cleaning earlier. Now I would be free. Yes, this is a better sentence, I think, Alisa. I wish I had started cleaning earlier. Now I would be free. Or now I would have finished, you could say. Now I would have finished the cleaning. I wish I had started cleaning earlier. So wish is to, in a sense, express that desire. I wish something had happened. And if only is if only for a very sad sentence. If only Italy had acted sooner, we wouldn't be we wouldn't have been stuck at home. If only Italy had acted sooner, we wouldn't have been stuck at home. So let's write some other sentences, a difficult exercise. We have some others, at least. Yes, with your first sentence, Elisa, it doesn't quite make sense. It's grammatically, it is correct. But because you are talking about I would have died, I think it would be better to say I would have died if she hadn't saved me. We don't need if only, because it's not a regret that she saved you. You are happy she saved you. If she hadn't saved me from that accident, I would have died. So if only, and I wish for regret, a bad thing happened. If only I had been in London when I was young, now I could have speak English fluently. Oh, a very good attempt, Fabrizio. We can say, if only I had been to London. To London when I was young. Now I could have spoken English fluently. Perhaps it would be better. Now, yes, now I could have spoken English fluently. Or, because you were talking about the present. Note that in these two actions, I wish I had watched where I was going, excuse me, and I wouldn't have walked into the pole. Both actions are in the past. This is important. Both actions are in the past. With your sentence, Fabrizio, now is when you speak English. So it would be, I could speak English fluently. If only I hadn't broken my leg, I would have played the football match. Fantastic, Nicole, fantastic. Yes, ouch, breaking your leg, that is not good. No, please, don't apologize, Fabrizio, it's okay. We are here to learn, we are here to learn. As I said, please comment any questions. So we have that structure, if only subject, hadn't, past participle, and subject would have or wouldn't have, past participle. Imagine a different result. Okay, how embarrassing. Watch the clips and answer the following questions. Describe what you see in the video. What do you think the people in the video have done? Excuse me. Do you think the people in the video have done something embarrassing? What might the people in the video regret? Write out sentences using expressions of regret and imagined outcomes. So remember, expressions of regret, if only, I wish, imagined outcomes, would have or wouldn't have. Why might people in the video feel more embarrassed than others in a similar situation? So, this might be difficult. One moment whilst I pull up the video. What does pole mean? An excellent question, Daniela. A pole. So a pole is a very long metal pole. For example, where you have a stop sign, it is on a pole. It is a piece of metal. So if you are walking on your phone, I walk on my phone and I hit my head into the pole. We have a street pole on the street. If only I hadn't eaten biscuits, I wouldn't feel guilty. Fantastic, fantastic. I wouldn't have felt guilty, Valentina. I wouldn't have felt guilty. Okay. So we have our questions here to talk about a video. Something embarrassing will happen, and what might the people regret? So, one moment. So, in this video, we have an American singer, 50 Cent, and he is throwing the pitch at a baseball game. Okay, we will watch it without sound. So let us watch it. Tell me if this is working or not. Is it working? So here he is. He throws the pitch. Oh, not very good. Not very good. So this is perhaps an embarrassing moment. Oops. Let us watch video 2. So this is Katy Perry falls down. Not this part. Katy Perry is an American singer, a pop star, if you don't know. So she has some cake there. And a little bit embarrassing, I think. Okay, so we have 2 videos there. So in the first video, we saw the 50 Cent throw a pitch, and it was not very good. And in the second video, Katy Perry fell down. So I'd like you to answer these 3 questions, particularly question 2. Focus on question 2, using those expressions of regret and an imagined outcome. Let us see if we can write another sentence about one of those videos. I don't think so. Maybe she was drunk. She could have drunk less alcohol before the show. Perhaps. So Fabrizio, I would like you to try and create a sentence using, remember, if only or I wish, and then would have or wouldn't have. Would have or wouldn't have. A very good sentence, Lisa. I think that since 50 Cent is not a baseball player, his mistake, let's say his mistake is the subject. So his mistake is not very embarrassing. If only she hadn't drunk before the show. I don't think she is drunk. This is what you say, not me. Maybe he regrets not having trained for the launch or for the pitch. Yeah, definitely. So Daniela, we could say, if only she hadn't drunk before the show, she wouldn't have fallen over. Excuse me. Yeah. So she wouldn't have fallen over. Fallen is the past participle of fall. Where fall, fell, and fallen. She wouldn't have fallen over. Yeah, sometimes when you are writing an answer, it is more difficult. Okay. think I might have some audio problems. Okay. If only he had practiced before playing on the pitch. Yeah, if only he had practiced before throwing the pitch. Fantastic. Great answers. And what about question 3? Any answers to question 3? Why might people in the video feel more embarrassed than others in similar situations? I think, Alisa, you said 50 Cent shouldn't be embarrassed. He shouldn't be embarrassed because he is not a baseballer. But do you think Katy Perry was embarrassed? Embarrassed. They might feel more embarrassed because they are public people in front of a great audience. Yeah, the audience, the people that are watching, they always have this need to be perfect. Fantastic sentence. 1 moment. Maybe if you, because a common person, fall down in the street, it is not as tragic as for them. Yeah, perhaps. Is the audio okay? I was just having some troubles. Let me know if the audio is not okay, but I think it should be. Okay. They may feel more embarrassed because million people usually watch them. We could make that plural, Valentina, because millions of people usually watch them. Fantastic. Okay, so our last question before we finish. We're almost finished. Okay, because we are not partners, we will not do this. I would like you to write a personal regret. So using the structure that we have before, if only, I wish, would have, and wouldn't have, tell me a personal regret. Is there something in your past that you regret? If you would like as well, you could use should or could as well. We use would have to imagine different results. Should have if it's a strong regret. I should have, the Italian government should have acted sooner, and could have if there are options. They might feel more embarrassed because they're always under the spotlight. Yes, great use of the vocabulary. Remember we had, we could say in the public spotlight or in the public eye as well. Spotlight, a great word there, Nicole. Well done. Yeah, because they're always, perhaps say in the spotlight. Under the spotlight is fine. but singular, spotlight. Yes, so please write a personal regret. We can use should have as something that was a good idea but wasn't done. So the Italian government should have closed the borders. I keep using the Italian government as an example. And we can use could have when there's an ability or potential that something was possible but didn't happen when we are speaking about regrets. So practice one more time, perhaps using a new vocabulary. And remember, we have this structure. If only, I wish. That is a strong regrets. Daniela has an answer. If only I have left this house a year ago, I wouldn't have had these problems with my flatmates. Or with my flatmate. If only I... Remember, if only I... Brava, Daniela. Brava. I was about to say, if only I had left, but you self-corrected. Well done. If only I had left this house a year ago, I wouldn't have had these problems with my flatmate. Can you tell me what are the problems? I had some problems with my flatmates when they were a little bit dirty. I don't like it. The dirt. Oh, Fabrizio, I didn't see your response. I should have accepted to join a pro football club when I was 14. Now probably I could have played on Serie A. Really? Were you a good footballer? Who do you support, Fabrizio? We could just say I should have joined. I think is better. I should have joined a pro football club when I was 14. Now I probably could have played in Syria. In Syria. We say in Syria. Who do you support, Fabrizio? I support Inter Milan. But who knows what will happen with the season at the moment? It's a strange time. A strange time. Any more answers? We have to finish shortly. Good use of regrets. So we have, yes, really. Who do you support, Fabrizio? Yes, so remember when we have a regret, AC Milan, terrible. If only you had supported Inter Milan, you could have enjoyed winning some football matches this year. So remember, when we have our regrets, those three words are shoulda, coulda, and woulda. This is the short way to remember it for should have, we could say should have, could have, and would have for the structure, which is always followed by the past participle when we are expressing some regrets in the past. A moment for any other questions for me. Some great answers, actually. I think some very fun answers. So as a final thing, we had some new vocabulary as well. In the public eye, a wild lifestyle, a good phrase if you have a wild lifestyle, and we spoke about expressing regrets in the past. So I think we will finish there. I will stay online for 2 more minutes if there are any other questions, but if not, thank you very much for joining me this evening, and hopefully soon we can have some lessons in person again. Okay. Ciao, ciao.